Little product field testing up here with Federal Premium for a product that they're going to launch in August of 2018. Eric and Drew joined us on a goose hunt with Migration X Outfitters today. Almost 200 birds. Awesome. What happens around that table, and what's the mindset? I mean, how do you even come up or fathom trying to better the product that's already on the market?
Right, so you look at technologies and they're out there. If you think of tungsten, it's been around forever, but it's always been the density of lead. It's always been diluted with other things. And so we came out with this heavyweight TSS, which is 95% tungsten. It's ultra dense at that 18 grams cc, and it's perfectly round and hard as a rock. And because of that, as you get denser, you can get smaller and smaller. As small as 9-shot, we have people shooting turkeys. So that technology, then you look at Black Cloud and say, how can I make it better? What do people want to do? And then you say, I can do it with this really, really dense shot. I can make it small. I can add pellet counts. Let's try it in waterfowl. And so that's when the experiments start. And we look at it for price point, performance. We start shooting patterns, shooting papers, and before you know it, we have something we like.
What is a customer going to notice? First off, as soon as he pulls that trigger the first time, I'm not talking about patterning. I'm talking about when those geese present that shot, what's that customer and that hunter going to experience?
Yeah, we can't make them a better shot, but when they're on that bird, they expect that bird to crunch and come out of the sky, and that's what Black Cloud TSS does for you.
It's total energy and pellets. I mean, you have to have both of them on target that Drew talked about. So the TSS shot is ultra dense. It's almost pure tungsten, and with that ultra round shot, it stays on target, transfers the energy, and then you got the flight stopper following right behind it or right with it, just taking out birds as well. So that pellet count and that energy. You know, I'll just pour this out. You can see the BB shot here we're shooting, and then as you look closer, you can see this tiny, round, perfect ball bearings. Yep. That's actually the tungsten TSS, and you can see it's tiny, it's small energy, typically used for shooting targets, but because it's so dense, its lethality goes forever.
Right, so you get this big pattern with these big pellets, right? But you have very few hits on a given area, and those small pellets fill all that in. So you get a lot of hits on
And when you say these smaller pellets, you're talking 7-shot.
Yeah, if not smaller.
If not smaller.
Right, so we go as small as 9-shot that people are, you know, shooting turkeys beyond, you know, the normal 40 yards. And that's typically something people would barely even shoot a clay target with. But because it's so dense, because it's so round and it cannot deform, you get that performance. And that extra effort is going into Black Cloud, which is still a great product, but this makes it that much better.
You got to remember that these small pellets act like big guys. They act like big pellets because of their density. So you can have the small pellets that, again, really fill into patterns, but they act like big boys. They act like big pellets. So the lethality's there to really, you know, again, crunch that goose and bring him down.